Life begins in a small corner of a faraway world while no one is looking. Planet Lifandé. No one is looking because nobody is there yet. We'll have to imagine our way through space and time on an impossibly long journey from Earth. We'll appear on Lifandé as a shimmering shape, Xerezza. 3 billion light years later on Lifandé. A lot has changed in the 3 billion years since life began as a tiny speck in the sea of Lifandé. Edna is placing an online shopping order. Yes, life on Lifandé is a lot like life on Earth. And yes, Edna is related to the Ruassonids, creatures like the dinosaurs who used to roam the earth. These days, Edna shares her modern world on Lifandé with the Nemuas. It is a Nemua named Patrick who delivers the new microscope that Edna has ordered. It will help us to look closely at life on Lifandé. The tree of life on Lifandé. Microbes, fungi, plants and animals. Extinct. We know that life began while no one was looking. Today there are microbes, fungi, plants and animals. Many life forms have come about over time and may have no living relatives left today. This makes them all extinct, like the dinosaurs are on Earth today. Edna isn't extinct and has a family line that goes back to the first life on Lifandé. So does everything that is alive on Lifandé today. Everything alive on Lifandé has a family line going right back to the first life on Lifandé? Really? Yes. Say something stretched out, like sticky tack, and split into two. Grew up and split again, and again, and again. It would build a beautiful pattern which always leads us back to its own beginning. Life on Lifandé fits a pattern like this. Trace any. This is a beautiful pattern, but every time life moves on, there might be the odd random change. Random changes usually cause problems, but sometimes a change can turn out to be helpful. Helpful changes can make a life form better at surviving and passing its differences on. Life around Lifandé has all moved on like this. We can trace any life form back to the very first. Nobody I know has anything like a fish for a relative. Change in life forms like this is called evolution, and it usually takes an extremely long time. Far too long for anyone to remember anyone ever being anything else. We all arrive in the world with very similar parents and relatives. Family is all we know of life at first. A long time ago, on Lifandé, it rained and blew, crashed and darkened. It burnt and ruined the valley where a family of Nemua lived. No one knew very much about their world yet, so Daniel thought to tell stories about how hope would spring from all the fear and uncertainty. Daniel's stories relate to the real world, but are based on his ideas and what he and others see. The sun disappears behind the hills, leaving us all in darkness. Seems right, but is it? Light and warmth come back only when the sun returns to us. Daniel wakes just before dawn to check that the sun returns, but one dark day, Daniel is so comfy in his bed that he doesn't wake until a crash of thunder echoes across the valley after booming into the cave that he calls home. Was it all because he had not woken in time to greet the sunrise? Or was it just a simple coincidence that he had slept in on that dark, stormy day? Daniel didn't know. Why? Daniel wouldn't forget the 4 days that the sun did not appear. 4 days and 4 nights. The sky was darkened by an ash cloud from a huge volcano halfway around Lifandé. Daniel couldn't travel on a plane or watch TV to find this fact out. Neither had been invented yet. With no direct light from the sun, all of the colour seemed to leave Lifandé. It became very cold, dark, and scary. Daniel feared that the sun had left forever, and he cried out to the sky. From then, many woke religiously for the sun's return, offering prayers against all their fears. The sun did eventually shine through, as all the dust and ash settled. We've come a very long way from the beginning of life on Lifandé. Every day, Lifandé has rotated once, and every year, Lifandé has travelled once around the sun. The sun has never gone anywhere. Nighttime is when we are spun into the shadow cast by Lifandé. The sun can also be blocked by volcanic clouds in the atmosphere. The planet's shape and place in space explain so much. Daniel's stories got it wrong. Nobody ever likes being told that they have got something wrong. It can be difficult to let beliefs go once they've become important to us. All progress gets things wrong at first. It's not easy, but it's the only way. Science demands of scientists that they change their theories should they be proven wrong. We make real progress like this. The truth, facts, and any real meaning in life on Lifandé and across the universe are what is really important. They enrich us all. Stay and explore more on Lifandé in further books before journeying back through space and time in the science fiction of our own story.